What is content marketing?
Well, content marketing is basically about creating, curating content that attracts or retains customers and their attention. It can be a lot of different things. It can be blogs or videos, and it's also the cornerstone of any social presence. But content marketing as a whole is basically creating experiences around the product or the service that a brand has in order to engage the customer.
So how do you work with content marketing for your clients?
Well, as Chief Digital Officer, I'm involved with a lot of different clients here, and we work on content marketing on a lot of different levels. Some we are creating services and applications on smartphones, and in others we do small video productions, and so it's really depends on the client, but we work with content marketing in many different ways.
So from everything to smartphones to video content, is content marketing a discipline that you believe companies will dedicate more resources to into the future?
Most definitely. I think content marketing has always been there, but is more relevant now than ever for several reasons. One of them is Google continuously promotes good content as a way of gaining good search results. Actually, in that respect, proper content is really crucial. But also because of our social media presence, which is now so much more than just having a support channel on Facebook. And the social media presence is really a very, very important image building tool for brands today. And the cornerstone of a social presence is definitely good content.
So good content as a cornerstone and also a really effective tool to get a better Google ranking. That's some of the opportunities. What challenges and barriers have you experienced when working with content marketing?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is probably that a lot of people don't really know how to relate to it. They see it as something very new, even though most people do content. I mean, if you do a webinar, or if you do have an about section on your website, that's actually content. You do content marketing already. But they're familiar with doing display advertisement. They have a budget for that. They do SEO, they do SEM, and they maintain their own presence, own media presence as far as their own websites go. But content marketing as a discipline can seem a little bit foreign to them, even though today it's actually an extremely important factor and will continue to be so. I mean, your digital presence actually needs content marketing or proper content in order to, for you to have any sort of traction and visibility.
So even though you say it's really a crucial thing to do, your experience is that a lot of companies are not really familiar with it and how to approach it.
Exactly.
So what is the key to success with the content marketing?
Knowing what you want to do with it, basically. Normally, the very short answer is relevance. I mean, you have to have the right content in the right context. But more so, you need a strategy. And what is that when you talk about content marketing? Well, an important part of it to me is to have an editorial line, so to speak. We're all used to working with brand guidelines, and you have a design manual and stuff like that, but you don't necessarily have an editorial line. But that's important because when you do content marketing, you often move a little bit away from your product in itself, and you can talk about the category instead that your product is part of. So it could be if you sell bicycle chains, then it will be about bicycling in general. But once you are with bicycling in general, then there's a lot more people, and there's a lot more debate. There's a lot more activity, so there's many more opportunities of engaging with your customers, potential customers. However, there's also a lot of people who have an opinion about it. Cycling could be someone, a fitness guru talking about spinning. It could be the news covering Tour de France. It could be a lot of different things. So in order to sort of have a presence here, you need passion points. You need to find out exactly what's important for us in this category. We can't talk about all kinds of cycling. We need to talk about something specific. So to have these brand points defined is very, very important. And then to know, how do we talk about it? In what tone of voice? In what way? and in what media, video or written articles, blogs, and so on and so forth. Because we're not just talking about a product here, we're talking about something a little bit in a broader context. Sometimes it'll be in the form of editorials, it'll have a journalistic approach and stuff like that. So in order to have the same brand guidelines and design manual that we normally have for normal marketing, in content marketing, we really need that editorial line. And then of course you need to have the KPIs, you need to know what are we looking at here. Is it for video? You might want to see how many views to end do we have, because we're using that piece of content to qualify a remarketing setup for normal ads. Or it could be how many conversions do we have from that particular piece of content to sign up for newsletters. So it could be a lot of different things, but you need to be very aware of exactly how do you want to measure the success of your content marketing, and also know that the return on investment is definitely something that takes a while normally. You're sort of in it for the long run. If you have a piece of content, it might not have the same attention as a campaign in the beginning. However, it can accumulate views or interactions over time, and over a year or two, it might become a very, very important brick in your digital presence.